Don't cry for me, Stanley Isaac!
Welcome, fellow Kiss fans. Welcome to It's All For You Demon, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. My name is Rick, and tonight we focus on the fun of learning. The coolest thing about digging into a new band that you've never discovered before is learning everything you possibly can about that band. My friends and I refer to this as the dive in. And once you've dived into a band, of course, the first thing you do is investigate their catalog. Every album, every lyric, every guitar riff, every drum beat, every song. Next, you go through the band personnel, touring, t-shirts, memorabilia, and before you know it, you have become an expert on the band. You have become one with your new hobby, which is the rock band you have just dove into. And lastly, once you have become a full fan member of that band, the next step in the learning process is learning all of the trivia regarding that band. Trivia regarding tours, albums, member lineups, satanic messages, groupies, who really played on what record. Trivia. Fun, intriguing, and sometimes downright just a mystery.
One day, you'll admit it. It was the film! It was the film that made the album!
And the fun thing about diving into the trivia of a band is you never really stop learning. I pretty much did all of my diving into Kiss during my teenage years. However, it was in my 40s that I learned something new about my favorite record. Rock and Roll Over is my favorite Kiss record of all time. Possibly minus the 1974 debut record. I would consider Rock and Roll Over to be the essential classic Kiss record. This is just action-packed with rock and roll fun from beginning to end. It doesn't get, in my mind, better. You know, and some days I criticize the internet and some days I say, God bless you, son, because one day I was on the internet and I saw a blurb about the blue teardrop version of Rock and Roll Over. And I thought, the hell you say? So I did my research and I found that there was possibly a blue teardropped version of Rock and Roll Over that came from record clubs. Thus, after completing my research, I found that I have had in my possession, since I was a teenager, a blue teardropped version of Rock and Roll Over. You can see the teardrops on Paul's eye. This version, there are no teardrops. This version, there are. And I do not know if the legend of the teardropped version coming from a record club is true. But I can tell you this, it is pretty fun. And as I sit here, I am noticing that the back is purple in the teardrop version and blue in the normal. Whatever the truth may be, fun it is. And that is what we are all about here at It's All For You Demon. So there you have it. It's a file under You Learn Something New every day. Thank you for hanging with me today. Take care, be safe, never stop having fun, and I will talk to you soon.
Lonely teardrops, my heart is crying, crying. Lonely teardrops, my rock and roll over is always stained with lonely teardrops.
Say, leave me alone, Daddy. Leave me alone.